Today's topic is soul of foot. You already learned this histology of the skin. So here there is a two type of the skin. One it is the thin skin and another it is the thick skin. You already seen this thick skin. There is a presence of this only in palm and sole in our body, and thin skin is present in rest of this our body. Both epidermis and the dermis of the thick skin are the much thicker on the sole as well as on the palm. Other part of the body other than the other part of the body. This becomes apparent at the birth, and the thickness of the skin increased due to the intermediate pressure. Moreover, in both regions, including palm and sole, skin is devoid of hair and sebaceous gland, but is provided with numerous sweat glands. So, this one are the sole of this foot. Now, I will take this one by one muscles of the sole of foot. Then there is a nervous. So these one are the sole of this foot. It consists of the skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, plantar aponeurosis, fibrous flexor seat. So these one are the skin of the sole of this foot. Now I would like to take this one by one. Muscles layer and skin of the sole of this foot. You see this one are the plantar muscles, fibrous flexor seat, deep fascia, plantar aponeurosis. Now skin, it's supplied by this different nerve. This middle area is supplied by this saphenous nerve. This lateral part is supplied by this sural nerve. This one are the tibial nerve, medial plantar nerve. This area innervate the lateral plantar nerve. So this one are the nerve supply of the skin. Now skin of the sole, it is hard, thick, without hair and sebaceous gland, similar to the skin of palm, with thick keratinized layer of the epidermis with plenty sweat gland, and thick skin is protective in nature. Plantar grease increase the efficiency of the grip of the sole on the ground. So this one are the skin. Skin thick and hairy, firmly bound down to the underlying deep fascia by the numerous fibrous veins, shows a few flexor crease at the site of the skin movement. Sweat glands are present in the large number. The sensory nerve supply to the skin of the sole of the foot. So this one are the skin of the sole of this foot and its nerve supply. It has a superficial fascia, it has a cutaneous nerve and cutaneous artery. Superficial fascia contain the cutaneous nerve. So in this area it supplies the tibial nerve, this area it supplies the sural nerve, this area supplies the saphenous nerve, medial plantar nerve and lateral plantar nerve. So medial calcaneal branch of this tibial nerve, medial plantar nerve, lateral plantar nerve and sural and saphenous nerve. This one are the cutaneous nerve supply of the skin. So medially L4 segment, medial plantar nerve, this lateral plantar nerve, it L5 segment, and medial calcaneal nerve or the tibial nerve, if there is a S1 segment. So plantar reflex of the sole elicited by the rubbing skin of the sole with pointed end of this hammer. That area is supplied by this segment S1. So deep fascia, it modified to form a plantar aponeurosis, longitudinal arrange collagen fibers, some transverse fibers also present, deep transverse metatarsal ligament and fibrous flexor seat. Now deep fascia, first there is a plantar aponeurosis. So deep transverse metatarsal ligament and fibrous flexor seat. So plantar aponeurosis is defined as a thickened band of the deep fascia in the sole of foot. It attaches posteriorly medial tubercle of calcaneum, anteriorly divide into 5 slits which pass to the 5 toes. On each side attached to the metatarsal bone by the medial and lateral intermuscular septa. So these one are the attachment of this plantar aponeurosis. See, these are the thickened band are the here there is the origin of this plantar aponeurosis posterior attachment. This one are the anterior attachment. On each side of this plantar aponeurosis, it attaches metatarsal bone by the medial and lateral intermuscular septa. This one is the plantar aponeurosis. उसका main function क्या है plantar aponeurosis का? It protects the underlying nerves and vessels. It maintains the longitudinal arch of the foot, no origin to the muscles of this first layer. So this one are the axon of this plantar aponeurosis. तीसरा last axon है उसका it subdivide the sole into the compartment and subcompartment. So this one are the axon of this plantar aponeurosis. When it is inflamed, this condition name is given this plantaris or plantar fasciitis. So this one are the inflammation of this plantaris and plantar fasciitis. You see these are the thickened part to form a plantar fasciitis. Now muscles of this fourth layer of this sole of this foot. First of the superficial layer, it lies beneath the plantar aponeurosis and consists of the three intermuscular muscles that extend from the heel to toe. Second layer of this sole of this foot, it consists of the long flexor tendon of the toe and the intrinsic muscles connected to the tendon. Third layer is localized to metatarsal region of the foot and consists of the short muscles of the great and little toe. Fourth layer, including this dorsal and plantar interossei, along the tendon of this plant, peroneus longus and tibialis posterior. So, the trunk of this neurovascular bundle, medial to lateral, plantar vessels and the nerve intervene between this first and second layer. Whereas the leaf branch of this lateral plantar vessels and nerve lies between the third and fourth layer. So, these one are the distribution of this first to fourth layer of this sole of this foot. Now first layer, it has a three muscle: abductor hallucis, flexor digitorum brevis, adductor digiti minimi. This muscle are the abductor hallucis. So abductor hallucis, it arises from the medial tubercle of calcaneum. This one are the origin of this medial tubercle of calcaneum, and it insertion at the first phalanges. So this one are the insertion of this flexor abductor hallucis. Abductor hallucis is insert here, and it arises from this medial tubercle of this calcaneum. It also arises from this flexor retinaculum. You see, these one are the flexor retinaculum. These are the flexor retinaculum, and plantar aponeurosis from the medial intermuscular septa. So not only this arise from this medial process of this calcaneum tuberosity, it also arises from the flexor retinaculum and plantar flexor retinaculum and plantar aponeurosis, and from the medial intermuscular septum. It insertion here. You see, these are the insertion. The muscles are inserted into the medial side of this base of proximal phalanx of this great toe. So these are the medial side of this base of proximal phalanx of this great toe. Here there is a insertion of the abductor hallucis. It's supplied by this medial plantar nerve. Action of this abductor hallucis, it abduct the great toe. This movement is retained in barefoot people, but is particularly lost in shoe wearing races. So these one are the abductor hallucis. Now second muscle are flexor digiti, abductor digiti minimi. You see, these muscle are the abductor digiti minimi. So abductor digiti minimi, it also arises from this both lateral and medial tubercle of this calcaneum. Beneath the beneath this medial and lateral tubercle. So third muscles are the flexor digitorum brevis. So flexor digitorum brevis, it arises from this deep to the central part of this plantar aponeurosis and arises from the medial tubercle of this calcaneum. Plantar aponeurosis and from the adjacent medial and lateral intermuscular septa. These are the origin of this flexor digitorum brevis. Insertion of this flexor digitorum brevis, it insert into this distal phalanx of the four toes. Tendon divide into the two sleeves that are inserted into the side of this middle phalanx of that digit. So this one are the insertion of this flexor digitorum brevis. Origin उसका है medial process of this tuberosity of this calcaneum. उसकी now supply है medial plantar nerve. So now supply it medial plantar nerve. Action, it produce the plantar flexion of this lateral forefoot in any position of the ankle joint. Lateral forefoot in any position of this ankle joint. This one are the origin and insertion of the flexor digitorum brevis. Here there is a first layer of the sole of foot is complete. Now first layer की now supply है Lateral जो part है abductor digiti minimi, it's supplied by this lateral plantar nerve. Rest of these two muscle is supplied by this medial plantar nerve. So these one are the first layer muscles. First are the abductor hallucis. This muscle are abductor hallucis. Centrally these are the flexor digitorum brevis, and laterally there is a abductor digiti minimi. So these one are the first layer of these muscles. Now due to this first layer, it supply this lateral plantar nerve, abductor digiti minimi, and medial plantar nerve supply this flexor digitorum brevis and abductor hallucis. Now muscles of this second layer. So second layer it consists of these two extensing tendon. You see this one are the one tendon are the flexor hallucis longus. Flexor hallucis longus, and second one are the flexor digitorum longus. These are the four tendon. Name is given this flexor digitorum longus. And two set of these intrinsic muscles, flexor digitorum accessories and four lumbricals. Flexor digitorum accessories and four lumbricals. So these muscles are the flexor digitorum accessories, and you see these are the origin and insertion of this flexor digitorum accessory, and these one are the lumbrical muscle, first, second, third and fourth lumbrical. So these muscle are the second layer of this sole of foot. Now second layer of the sole of this foot, there is two tendon, flexor hallucis longus and flexor digitorum longus. Flexor digitorum longus. So in another two muscle are the flexor digitorum brevis accessories and four lumbrical muscles. Now see this first tendon of this flexor hallucis longus. This one are the flexor hallucis longus. The tendon reaches the sole beneath this flexor retinaculum and abduct the hallucis and runs forward, logging in groove on the under surface of the sustentaculum tali of the calcaneum. It is crossed superficially from medial to lateral side by the tendon of this flexor digitorum longus. You see these are the flexor digitorum longus and this one are the flexor hallucis longus. यहाँ से टेंडन lateral to medial to lateral side above cross करता है and it inserted into this four digit. So these are the two tendon you can see in second layer of this sole of foot muscles. And tendon of flexor digitorum longus कहाँ पे insert हो रहा था? 4 digit में. Hallucis longus कहाँ पे insert हो रहा था? great toe में. So these two muscles are including in second layer of the sole of this foot. Now flexor digitorum accessories. So flexor digitorum accessories, it has a two head, medial head and lateral head. Here you can see this, there is a second layer of this sole of this foot. Second layer of the sole of this foot, first there is a flexor digitorum accessories. So flexor digitorum accessories, it is the flexor digitorum accessories, it is the second layer, also name is given this quadratus plantaris. It arises from this flexor digitorum accessory arises from this two head, medial and lateral. The medial head is flescine arise from this medial surface of this calcaneum and from the medial tubercle. The lateral head is tendinous and arise from this tubercle, the lateral tubercle of this calcaneum, and the meets the medial head separately by the triangular gap which is occupied by the long plantar ligament. So these one are the origin of this flexor digitorum accessories. Where it is insertion, you see this second layer of this layer, quadratus plantaris, it insertion into the tendon of this flexor digitorum accessory insertion, and the conjoined muscles belly is inserted into the lateral side of this common tendon of the flexor digitorum longus. उसकी नर्व सप्लाई है lateral plantar nerve. उसका एक्शन है it correct the diagonal pull of the flexor digitorum longus into a direct plantar flexion of the lateral four toes. It permits the lateral plantar flexion of this lateral four toe in any position of the ankle joint. Now, the second muscles are the lumbricals. Second muscles or the second layer of the sole of foot are the lumbricals. Lumbricals are the four small muscles and are numbered from this medial to lateral side. Most medially are the unipinnate and the second, third and fourth one are the bipinnate. First lumbricals की nerve supply है medial plantar nerve and second, third and fourth lumbrical की nerve supply है lateral plantar nerve. उसका action है it is plantar flexion at the metatarsophalangeal joint and dorsiflexion at the interphalangeal joint of the lateral foretoe. This increase the grip of the metatarsal head on the ground for forward. This prevent the toes from the working under the during walking and running. So this one are this fibrous flexor second layer of the. Good morning, everybody. Here you can see this third layer of these muscles of the sole of foot. First muscles are the flexor hallucis brevis. This one are the flexor hallucis brevis. It arises from this bifurcated tendon of the origin. The lateral vein arises from the plantar surface of the cuboid bone, proximal to the tendon of this peroneus longus, and medial vein is attached to the three cuneiform bone, blending with this insertion of this tibialis posterior tendon. इसका insertion कहाँ पे? You see these one are the muscles divided into these two part, medial and lateral part. This one are the origin of this flexor hallucis longus at the plantar surface of this cuboid bone. Insertion of this flexor hallucis brevis each part into this corresponding side of the base of this proximal phalanx of this great toe. This one are the insertion of this flexor digitorum brevis. Flexor digitorum brevis. Now second muscles are the flexor digiti minimi. Flexor digiti minimi, it arises from this fifth metatarsal bone plantar surface of this base. Flexor digiti minimi, it insertion into this proximal phalanx of this little toe on the medial side of the base. So this one are the origin and insertion of this flexor digiti minimi. You see in this diagram, this muscle are this long plantar ligament. Here this one are the two head of this flexor hallucis brevis. This one is the flexor digiti minimi. Flexor hallucis brevis arise from this cuboid bone, and here it is a insertion. And this one are this muscle are this abductor hallucis. So transverse head and oblique head. This one are this oblique head. This one are the transverse head, and both are the insertion at the medial lateral surface of this proximal base of this first metatarsal. And here there is some sigmoid bone are present. So name is given the sigmoid bone at the tendon of the adductor hallucis and tendon of this abductor hallucis brevis. Transverse head and oblique head. Now under the fourth layer. So fourth layer of this muscle, there is a dorsal introsi, plantar introsi, and tendon of this peroneus longus and tendon of this tibialis posterior muscles. Two tendon, tibialis posterior, peroneus longus, and two muscles. There is a three plantar introsi and four dorsal introsi. Now this fourth layer, it contains the several intrinsic muscles, four dorsal introsi and the three plantar introsi, and two extrinsic tendon, peroneus longus and tibialis posteriors. These one are the muscles present at the fourth layer of this sole of this foot. You see this diagram, there is a dorsal introsi. These are the four bipinnate muscles and are numerous in number from this medial to lateral side. They are abductor of the toe. It arises from this muscle from the adjacent side of the shaft of this 5 metatarsal bone and fills up the intermetatarsal space. The triangular gap between the two head of this origin of this first dorsal introsi transmit dorsalis pedis artery to complete the plantar arterial arch. The similar gap between this head of this other dorsal introsi transmit the proximal perforating artery. Now it's inserted into this each dorsal introsi from the tendon and passes forward in the cleft between the toes. At insert first dorsal introsi is inserted partly to the medial side of the base of proximal phalanx of the second toe and partly joined with this dorsal digital expansion for the insertion into the dorsal surface of this base of this middle and terminal phalanx. Second, third and fourth dorsal introsi are inserted into this lateral side of this base of this proximal phalanx of this second, third and fourth toes, in addition to joining with this dorsal digital expansion. Now skin nerve supply. All dorsal introsi along with this plantar introsi supplied by this deep branch of this lateral plantar nerve, except occupying the fourth intermetatarsal space. Fourth dorsal and the third plantar introsi, which are the supplied by this superficial branch of this lateral plantar nerve. In addition, first and second dorsal introsi may be supplied by this terminal branch of this deep peroneal nerve. Axon उसकी क्या है? So dorsal introsi का axon है axial line of the foot pass through the second metatarsal bone and second toes. Any movement of the toe away from the axial line produce abduction. Therefore, the abduction of the middle three toes is performed by the dorsal introsi. For the abduction of the great and little toes, separate muscles of this first layer are engaged. Now, second are the plantar introsi. You see this fourth layer, there is a four dorsal introsi and four one are the plantar introsi. Now, three यूनिपिनेट मसल्स एंड एक्ट एज ए एबडक्टर. दिस प्लांटर इंट्रोसाई, उसमें जो तीन मसल्स है, दे ऑल आर द यूनिपिनेट मसल्स. They act as a abductor of the lateral three toes. Since the axis of the foot pass through the second toe, the latter is already abducted and lie in a zero position. Therefore, the second metatarsal bone does not provide origin to the plantar introsai muscles. The great toe is provided with separate abductor muscles. Now, origin. Plantar introsai arise from the medial side of this plantar surface of the shaft of the lateral three metatarsal bone, and first plantar from the third, second, fourth, and from the fourth and the third from the fifth metatarsal bone. उसका insertion कहाँ है? Plantar intersite is inserted into the medial side of this lateral three toe. They inserted mainly to the medial side of the base of proximal phalanx of the corresponding toe, and partly joined with this dorsal digital expansion. और part dorsal introsite का action है that act as a peculiarity in this between these toes and the tendon lumbricals. So abduction of the toe, flexion metatarsophalangeal joint, and extend the interphalangeal joint. This one are the action of this fourth layer of this sole of this foot. Now nerve supply. So nerves medial and lateral plantar nerve. So nerves of the sole of this foot, it is derived. It is mainly medial and lateral plantar nerve, which are the terminal branch of this tibial nerve. Medial and lateral plantar nerve, tibial nerve की terminal branch है. The nerve are accompanied by the medial and lateral plantar artery, which are the terminal branch of this posterior tibial artery. And divide of the both nerves and artery take place under the cover of this flexor retinaculum. The artery divide earlier than the nerve because the plantar artery follow the marginal side of this corresponding nerve. Now first medial plantar nerve. So medial plantar nerve, it is a larger of the two terminal branch of this posterior tibial nerve. Enter the foot midway between this medial malleolus and the medial tubercle of the calcaneum. Under cover, the flexor retinaculum pass forward deep to the abductor hallucis muscles. Terminate at the base of this metatarsal bone by dividing into three plantar digital nerve. Medial plantar nerve की जो branches है, first muscular branch to four muscles to abductor hallucis, flexor digitorum brevis, flexor hallucis brevis, and first lumbricals. Cutaneous branch, plantar cutaneous branches, and to the skin of the medial two-thirds of the sole of this foot, and plantar digital nerve. Articular branch to the intertarsal and tarsometatarsal joint. This one are the branches of this medial plantar nerve. Now distribution of this medial plantar nerve supplies the foremuscle, abductor hallucis, flexor digitorum brevis, and flexor hallucis brevis, and first lumbrical. It supplies the skin of the medial part of this sole, including this medial 3.5 of this digit. In the third distribution, it is provide articular branch to the metatarsophalangeal, and interphalangeal joint. Dorsal branch supply the region of this nail bed. Lateral plantar nerve, it is the smaller terminal branch of this tibial nerve and appear in the sole deep to the abductor hallucis, accompanied by the lateral plantar artery on its lateral side. The trunk of this nerve passes forward laterally to the base of this fifth metatarsal bone in between this first and second layer of these muscles. This part supplies the flexor digitum accessories and abductor digiti minimi and gives cutaneous branch to the lateral margin of the sole by piercing the plantar aponeurosis. On reaching the interval between this flexor digitum brevis and the abductor digiti minimi, the trunk divides into the superficial and deep branch. Now you see these are the terminal at the base of this fifth metatarsal bone by dividing into superficial and deep branch. So superficial and deep branch, another superficial branch split into the two plantar digital nerve. The lateral branch supplies the skin of the lateral side of the little toe and gives motor branch to the flexor digiti minimi brevis and to the two introsai muscles of this fourth intermetatarsal space. The medial branch subdivide into two branches to supply the skin of the adjacent side between this fourth and little toe, and they communicate with this nearest common plantar digital branch of the medial plantar nerve. Deep branch जो है pass forward and medially accompanied by the deep branch of this lateral plantar artery beneath the oblique head of the adductor hallucis. That means between this third and fourth layer of these muscles of the sole. The deep branch lies within the concavity of the plantar arterial arch and supply the both head of the adductor hallucis and second to fourth lumbrical muscles. Now, all dorsal and plantar introsei muscles, except those occupy the fourth intermetatarsal space, the branches to the second and occasionally third lumbricals pass forwardly to the transverse head of the adductor hallucis round its distal border to reach the muscles. Now, distribution. It distributes into this muscular branch from the trunk, abductor digiti minimi, flexor digitum accessories, and from the superficial branch. Flexor digiti minimi brevis and third plantar, fourth dorso-introsis from the deep branch, both head of the adductor hallucis and second to fourth lumbricals, dorsal and plantar introsi except those of the fourth introsseous space. Now cutaneous branch. To the skin of the lateral one-third of the sole, skin on the lateral side of the plantar surface of the little and toes and the adjacent side of this fourth and fifth toes. The plantar digital branch also supply the skin on the dorsum of the terminal phalanx of the lateral one and half toes. These one are the cutaneous nerve supply of this lateral plantar nerve. The articular branches supply this intertarsal, tarsometatarsals, and metatarsophalangeal and the interphalangeal joint. These one are the articular branch of this lateral plantar nerve. Now, nerves of these soles. You see this diagram. This one are this medial plantar nerve. It divides it in 3.5 finger and great toe. Lateral plantar nerve only one and half finger. It's innervate the little toes. So these one are the nerves of the sole. Nerves of the soles are the dip to this plantar aponeurosis and protected by this plantar aponeurosis. Now artery. First there is a two artery, medial plantar artery and lateral plantar artery. So medial plantar artery, one of the two terminal branch of this posterior tibial artery, entered the foot midway between this medial malleolus and the medial tubercle of the calcaneum. Undercovered the flexor retinaculum, passed forward deep to the abductor hallucis muscles, passed between the abductor hallucis and flexor digitorum brevis. Now, this one are the medial plantar artery. It is smaller branch of this posterior tibial artery. It appears in sole deep to the abductor hallucis. So this one are the medial plantar artery. One branch passes in distally along the medial border of the great toe and anastomose with the branch of this first metatarsal artery. Rest of the terminal branch by anastomosing with this first plantar metatarsal artery and second superficial stem split into the three superficial digital branch which anastomose with the first to the third plantar metatarsal artery. So this one are the medial plantar artery. It gives branches of this muscular branch, three superficial and three superficial digital branch. These branches end by anastomosis with the first, second and third plantar metatarsal artery. Lateral plantar artery. Lateral plantar artery, it is the large terminal branch of this posterior tibial artery and the arterial trunk passes forward and laterally between this first and second layer of these muscles of the sole. Necum 1 is the lateral side of the trunk of the lateral plantar nerve. The trunk of the artery supplies the adjacent muscles and provide the cutaneous branches by the piercing the lateral part of this plantar aponeurosis. On reaching the base of this fifth metatarsal bone, the trunk divides into superficial and deep branch. Superficial branch appear along the lateral intermuscular septum and supply the integument of the lateral side of the soles and lateral toe. They provide the anastomotic branch to join the lateral tarsal and arcuate branches of the dorsal pedis artery and deep branch. Superficial and deep branch. So deep branch turns forward and medially as a continuation of the main trunk beneath the oblique head of the adductor hallucis. And on reaching the gap between these two heads of the first dorsal and dorsal muscles, anastomose with this termination of the dorsalis pedis artery, thus completing the plantar arterial arch. So plantar arch is convex. You can see this one of these two terminal branch of this posterior tibial artery. At first between this first and second layer, then curve medially between this third and fourth layer of the soles. Thus medially with this deep branch of the lateral plantar nerve, which slide forward convexity to form the plantar arch between this third and fourth layer of this muscle. So lateral plantar arch, it gives muscular branch, anastomotic branch between this arcuate and lateral Tarsal artery of this dorsal pedis artery. Perforating posterior perforating artery, 3 branch which anastomosis with the dorsal metatarsal artery. Plantar digital artery to the lateral side of this little toe, 3 plantar metatarsal artery. This one are the branches of this little plantar artery. You see this one are the plantar arch. It convex distally across the base of this fourth, third and second metatarsal bone and intervene beneath between this third and fourth layer of this muscle of the sole. So it gives several branches. So each plantar artery it gives 3 proximal perforating artery. This ascend dorsally through the gap between this head of second, third and fourth dorsal introsi muscles and anastomosis with this corresponding dorsal metatarsal artery. Fourth, four plantar metatarsal artery, they pass forward in the intermetatarsal space in contact with this introsi and in the cleft between these toes, each divide into the 2 plantar digital artery to supply the adjacent side of the toes. The first plantar metatarsal artery send a branch to the medial side of the great toe. Close to the metatarsal head, each plantar metatarsal artery send dorsally a distal perforating artery which anastomosis with its corresponding dorsal metatarsal artery. Along with this proximal and the distal perforating artery, corresponding perforating vein pass and drain the venous blood from the sole to the dorsal venous arch. The special features of the soles: main neurovascular bundle along with this main neurovascular bundle along with this long flexor tendon of the toes, other the sole beneath the flexor retinaculum, the interval between the flexor retinaculum and the calcaneum form the main gate of the sole, hence called as the porta pedis. The entry of the tendon of the peroneus longus beneath the groove of the cuboid resemble the side gate of the sole. Bases of the proximal and distal perforating vessels resemble the window of the soles. So these one are the main peculiarity of the sole of this foot. The applied anatomy related to the arches of this foot, any pain, metatarsalgia, plantar fasciitis, infection, injury, diabetic foot, and calcaneal sporule. So this one are the applied anatomy related to this. You see this plantar fasciitis. This one are the plantar fascia and it get infected. Either there is a pain at the heel or the central part of this, the medial longitudinal arch. So metatarsalgia, here there is a head of this metatarsia, there is a radiating pain and severe pain and in case of this, and there is a bursa foot in the toes, metatarsal bursa, metatarso phalangeal bursa. So calcaneum bursa, if there is infected, name is given the bursitis. If there is a diabetic foot or any ulceration of the tibial nerve deficiency, it may lead to there is a plantar nerve palsy or ulceration. This one are the ulceration at the base of this sole of this foot, and this one are the wart. Name is given this plantar wart. So either there is a thickened part of the skin to form a wart. So this one are the complete the class of the sole of this foot. Now some peculiarity including these muscles of this sole of the foot or the plantar muscles. Extension and intrinsic muscles out of 18 muscles, 4 are supplied by this medial plantar nerve, and rest 40 muscles are supplied by lateral plantar nerve. Action of individual muscles is not much important, but together help in maintenance of these arch structures of the foot. It is more important to appreciate that when foot is under load. Principal joint effect of this or the increased tone is to steady to maintain the arches of this foot. So here there is a complete the class of the sole of this foot. Now any query please give me in the comment box and there is a thank you.